Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to our experts and colleagues joining us from around the globe. My name is John Wilmoth, and I am the Director of the Population Division, which is part of the Department of Economic and Social Affairs of the United Nations. As Julia said, this meeting will take place over the course of the next 2 days. It is organized as part of the preparations for the 58th session of the Commission on Population and Development. The topic of this meeting, ensuring healthy lives and promoting well-being for all at all ages, is identical to the theme that the Commission has chosen for its upcoming session. For those who are not familiar with the Commission on Population and Development, it is the intergovernmental body of the United Nations charged with the follow-up and review of the program of action that was adopted at the International Conference on Population and Development, or ICPD. As you may recall, the ICPD took place in Cairo, Egypt in 1994. As part of its mandate, the Commission also contributes to the follow-up and review of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, which includes the Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs. Each year, the Commission selects a special theme for its annual session based on topics addressed at the Cairo Conference in 1994. Health, and especially the right to health, was one of the guiding principles of the ICPD. Specifically, Principle 8 of the Program of Action reaffirms that everyone has the right to the enjoyment of the highest attainable standard of physical and mental health, in line with Article 12 of the International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights. Principle 8 also calls upon states to take all appropriate measures to ensure universal access to healthcare services, including those related to reproductive health care, including family planning and sexual health. Throughout this discussion, we will be guided by the 2030 Agenda's commitment to ensuring that health and well-being are enjoyed by all and at all ages. In sessions 1 and 2, we will use a life course approach to zoom in on selected topics, including ways to promote women's health, address the triple burden of diseases, and ensure universal access to sexual and reproductive health care services. We will also consider mental health and well-being, as well as healthy aging. Our discussion today will highlight the issue of universal health coverage, which is the object of Target 3.8 of the Sustainable Development Goals. In adopting the 2030 Agenda, governments recognized that universal health coverage and access to quality health care are essential to promote physical and mental health and well-being, and to extend life expectancy for all. In Session 3, we will seek to identify critical steps for accelerating progress towards SDG Target 3.8 on universal health care by reducing inequality in access to essential healthcare services. We will also draw attention to innovative ways of reducing financial barriers to access and leveraging technology to make progress towards the target of universal health coverage. A common thread throughout this meeting will be the implications of present and future demographic trends for achieving SDG 3 on health and well-being. Demographic trends and their linkages to development were highlighted recently in the Declaration on Future Generations, which was adopted last month by the General Assembly as part of the Summit of the Future. The declaration explicitly calls for strengthening cooperation among states in their response to demographic trends and realities, such as rapid population growth, declining birth rates, and aging populations. States should work together to address the interlinkages between population and development, taking into account the needs and interests of present and future generations, including children and youth, as well as the substantial contributions of older persons to sustainable development. Tomorrow, as part of Session 4, we will discuss ways to strengthen the sustainability of health systems in countries facing a variety of demographic situations, both now and in the future. We will hear from countries where population aging has reached unprecedented levels, as well as countries where rapid population growth is projected to continue for decades to come. We will also consider approaches for scaling up the financing of health systems and strengthening the health workforce. In session 5 tomorrow, we will focus on enhancing the resilience and preparedness of health systems in the face of emergencies. As we speak, health systems in many parts of the world are still recovering from the devastating impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, which caused widespread disruptions and exacerbated inequalities in health outcomes, both within and between countries. The pandemic also revealed gaps in the capacity of health systems to respond to emergencies. Recent and future global health emergencies, together with increasing threats from natural disasters, climate change, and multiple conflicts around the world, may undo some of the progress made in recent decades and undermine the ability of countries to achieve SDG 3. As part of this last thematic session tomorrow, we will have an opportunity to review and discuss these issues, including ways to enhance the preparedness of health systems in the face of pandemics, conflicts, natural disasters, and climate change. Session 5 will also focus on the need for better data systems, including for health surveillance. Before concluding, I would like to thank all of the experts and other participants for joining us in this meeting and for sharing your knowledge and insights on these important topics. In addition to our experts, this meeting is open to representatives of member states, civil society, and the UN system. Please bear in mind that this meeting does not mark the start of negotiations on a resolution that the Commission may consider for adoption next year. Rather, it is a gathering of experts focused on assembling relevant facts and insights gleaned from the latest research on topics to be addressed by the Commission in its upcoming session. I encourage everyone to participate today and tomorrow in the question and answer segments at the end of each session and in the interactive discussions on both days. Since this is not an intergovernmental meeting, the priority to intervene in these discussions will not follow the usual protocol observed in formal meetings at the UN. We are here to listen. We are here to listen to, learn from, and engage with the experts. I look forward to an interesting, lively, and productive meeting.